Missing one over for the team 2, but hopefully we'll still get him in here. We got ourselves a Vinci over in team 1, ready to go. Cat as a feral druid. We got ourselves Rito, not up first. Kevin in the back, and Whisper. I think let's try to figure out who's going to be first, who's going to be last. Got ourselves X-Spam over in a team 2. Maybe ready to go. We got ourselves Diabolicals joined back in. Oh, I like this version of the set. Oh, that looks really good. Wait, that looks great. Wait, you can actually have like tattoos on your shirt. Almost like blood on your shirt. That actually looks great. Got ourselves Ghost. I like this carrying like he's got going on. Stone, first up versus Rogue. Eventually hitting him with a cheap shot. Stone needs to find a way to break out of this one. Quick scatter onto the Rogue as he's looking to mosey away from him. But that shift keeping him slowed, man. He's keeping him, just hit him in the hamstring. Going to be a little bit of the survival of the fittest. Plenty of DR. Evasion for the Rogue though. Stone needs to find a way to separate from Rogue immediately. Got himself a little bit more fortification as the Bear's fortitude kicks in. Cloaker shot is for Eventually taking quite a bit of damage. That's going to be his big cloak in order to give him a bit more of a shield. Mad damage on the Stone. Turtle shell a second. Got himself a bit more healing. Eventually he's kind of like got himself not a lot of defenses, but plenty of vanishes. If you can get the Rogue out somehow, Hunter's Mark is still on him. Hold on a second, Pests still see you. Vanish almost does nothing for you. You need to get yourself a stun at some point. Freezing trap for a second. Stone needs to maximize that range. Maybe get a stun into Vinci. Next stun could be deadly. Rogue has a trinket. Still Hunter's Mark on him. Shadow Strike to close the gap. Kidney shot to follow. Nothing available for Stone. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, one of those pets got real big for a second. It grew. That boy grew. What happened there? Eventually does get himself a proper reset. Ghost is thinking about picking up the eyes. Immediate cheap shot as Eventually opens up with a Shadow Strike. This is what happens when you Shadow Strike instead of a cheap shot in the opener. Big damage on Eventually might be enough. Cheat has procced off that Eviscerate. That cheat has barely saved you. And he's trying to give himself a float as best as possible. Cold blooded, already blind. Ghost still takes a couple of those lashes from that what's it called? Secret technique. But plenty of survivability. Evasion to follow. Eventually might be in a good spot. Cloaker shot is available. Not a lot of health to work with. Did use a Battle Master's Trinket. Next, eyes a pickup for Ghost could be huge. Blind as Ghost. He sees where Eventually is at. Eventually looks like he's dotted by something. Trying to see if he could dive back into stealth. He is dotted with a rupture. He's not going to be able to get himself a proper reset. Ghost just needs to find him. Shout us up to the guy and just have him. Trying to see if we can juke him out. Left, right, side to side. Trying to see if we can get past these rebar. Stun to follow. Kidney shot. Trinket to follow. There's going to be Trinket for Trinket disarm. But eventually got nothing left. Ghost just having to phantomize him. Trying to go and turn the man into meat just now. My goodness. Rito going to be up next. A little bit of a rematch between Ghost and Rito. Goes for Shadow Strike. Shadow Step. Steals his weapons and makes it out like a bandit. I love it. Gonna be charged by the warrior into quick gouge. Does not have a pre-circuit range in order to be able to break out of this one. Kidney shot, forcing a trick out of Rito, which is good for Ghost. Gonna be a bit of that Warbreaker. Quite a bit of secret technique damage as Ghost, trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling onto Rito. Disarm right after. Rogue trying to see if he can back up out of there. Big defense of the Rito too. Got himself Cloak of Shadows for those bleeds as well, dude. Does Cloak remove bleeds after they're on you? I think it does, right? It just makes you immune to bleeds? Or maybe not. Or maybe not, so maybe you should use a cloak a little bit later, but it's going to be Avatar available. Shadow Strikes right next to him. Kidney shot before he can go stomping on the ground. Got himself a bit of damage. Viscerates right after. Back to back. There's going to be a bit of a reflect. Cheap shot to follow. Secret technique right after. Disarm to the warrior. Got himself a little bit of health as well as a shield from the Spore Cloak. If he can keep that shield rolling for a little bit longer, second wind will kick in, and the man is going to start re-healing quite a bit of health though. But it looks like Ghost trying to keep him in combat, keep him taking damage a little bit here and there. As long as his Hellbart takes even a modicum of damage, he'll be in a good spot. Disarmament to Ghost for just a second. Warbreaker onto the Rogue, looking for a Shadow Step maybe. Or he juked him just by walking. He didn't even have to go for Shadow Steps, so nothing. But he's not in a great spot. Could go for a blind versus Rito. Cheap shot right after. Does he have enough here? Is this going to be the damage he needs? Needs another cheap shot. Secret technique. Is it enough? Shadow Strike. Oh, does get the Eviscerate at the very end. And Kevin, what? Hold on a second. X is, what? Oh, why? Oh, no. I don't disagree. I don't agree with that one. I don't agree with that. I don't think that boy deserved it. I think it played just fine. Or unless you get a little PvP joy this. Yo, Kraken, you're fine, man. You're fine, honestly. You're all good. Even Ghost walked over to you and chastised him. It's like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Ghost opening up onto Kevin. Not even gonna give himself a bit of a recovery. Kidney shot for Hodge though. Disarm as soon as the War Storm comes out. Ghost does not have anything to survive here. Does go for advantage. Shadow Strikes it immediately. He doesn't care. He literally doesn't care. Try to see if he can maximize damage to the Kevin. Cheap shot right after. Does not have any outs. He could go for a blind. There goes the blind. Maybe a trick out of Kevin. No, he doesn't have it. Blessing of Protection. That is a lot of cooldowns forced out. Shadow Step. Try to see if he can juke him. Shadow Step yet again. Yeah. If anything though, Ghost or Arrowless did go in quite a bit of damage. X spam could charge out at Kevin now. But he's actually standing next to Kevin. He's going for a little bit of wave, a little bit of an honor duel. I think he knows that Kevin no longer has Bob, and he wasn't going to attack him in forbearance. He's trying to give Kevin as much of an honor duel as possible. Last duel, Kevin gave Xe Spam such an honorable recovery in a duel because randomly had a warrior Stormbolt Xe. And this gives Kevin an opportunity to at least get himself a proper reset. Oh my goodness, look at you all majestic. And Xe Spam, actually, what an honorable boy. What an honorable boy. Kevin is at least given an opportunity to even wait for a trinket, wait for that forbearance. We'll have a bubble for this one. That is going to be full crusade. Could be a bubble together with a full damage for Xe Spam. Mad bleeds. Kevin may be looking at that bubble right now. Parry up is going to be a bubble. Xe Spam looking to leap out of it. But at least he doesn't have to worry about a Bob for a good while. At least there is a bit of that advantage for the warrior. Even though he's given Kevin an honor duel, there is at least some advantage the warrior can gain out of this, can gleam out of this situation. Trying to see if he can fight through him. Bally still got a lot of damage. This is a lot to deal with. No more parry for Xe Spam. Crusade is so overpowering, but the man is just trying to find a way to deal with the fear onto Kevin. Trying to see if he can let that second wind kick in. Shield event is down. Wings are finally down. Xe Spam waiting out for the second wind. 1 tick, 2 tick. 3 tick, even at 35% dampen, he's getting quite a lot of health recovery just for being away from the paladin. My goodness, stun into a Stormbolt. That's going to be a little bit of a longer storm for Kevin just so he'll be able to get himself a global or two versus Xe. My goodness, for Bolt last match. Yeah, I do like it though. I do like the fact that you're giving this man an honor duel. But honestly, Kevin could still turn this around. Paladin still got quite a bit of a bite, even though without wings, quite a bit. Lay on hands, Kevin has used everything that he has in order to keep himself alive. Final wreck onto Xe, might be in a bad spot. Actually, hold up, blind to follow. Kevin maybe could get some kind of damage and stun. Wait a second, I think it just turned around. Oh my god, the honorable duel, but Kevin did end up coming out on top with this one. Well done. I honestly thought Kevin was walking into this without a blessing of protection behind in that duel. I honestly felt like he was walking behind. Is Demonic also gonna give him an honor duel? Oh my goodness, you goobers. Kevin has no mana whatsoever. At all. At all. And Cat is actually gonna give him a heal. I mean, if Demonic is fine with it, I'm cool with it. Kevin taking quite a bit of damage from Demoniac of the bad Shadow Strike, Shadow Blades, everything. Cloak of Shadow is pretty early in case Kevin goes in for a stun. Demonic just trying to see if he can deal with the damage. That is a full crusade for the Paladin, so if Demonic isn't careful, no more trigger for the Rogue actually. Wait a second, does Kevin have anything to follow? Maybe just hold on a second. Oh, so close. That ramp up of Crusade, I was thinking maybe there's a chance he could somehow sneak in a big hammer onto Demoniac at the very end, but man, dampen is kind of high though too. Even at the 9 minute mark, dampen is a 46, almost 50%. Man, you ain't getting any healing. Next up is going to be Whisper. At least he's in a decent spot versus Rogue, where the Rogue has only 1 banish, no cloak. She does still available. Cloak of Shadows not up, but blind is up. He may be looking at the eyes, honestly. Big grippy hand for Whisper. Demoniac got himself that evasion. Does go for a stun onto the Rogue. Perfect opportunity to maybe make some damage happen. Gotta get those obliterates in there. Rogue got evasion for a little bit longer. Whisper trying to use every defense to try to live this damage, but it's gonna be back-to-back eviscerates. And Cat trying to see if he can squeak around an angle on him. Cloak of Shadows may be up for Demoniac. May want to use it, honestly. Unless you don't have anything on you, but it's gonna be Cat trying to go for a full frenzy. Full blades onto the Rogue. Cloak of Shadows to remove him. Stun onto Cat is gonna go for the Barskin. Is gonna be enough of those secret techniques. Still cracking through your defense pretty easily as the Thorns is up. You're trying to go for a bit of healing at this idea, putting the 55. You ain't healing nothing. You got basically 2 warriors with a Mortal Strike on them. If those things stacked, for example, you're not healing this whatsoever. Or basically like what, a sharpened blade or almost a sharpened blade? At all times, gonna be a sap out of the Rogue. Cat does end up going to re-stealth. I think for the Rogue to go Fanonize like this is probably better than for a Cat to swipe him out in the open. Getting a shot for the Rogue, super yard though. Demonic does have a blind. He could use it here. Wall for Cat, trying to see if he can get some more cooldowns out of him. Is gonna be able to go for Secret Technique with a blind. I'm surprised Secret Technique did not bring the blind though. What? Cat needs to find a way to get over to Demonic immediately, but the man does go for the sap. Oh, I think it's over unless Demonia goes in for a Shadow Strike. You could Shadow Meld, stun, have yourself a full bleed go. Bear Form is going to be helpful. Hold on a second. He's trying to keep you in combat. I think just trying to throw some shurikens. Trying to make sure you don't get into stealth. Does dive into stealth either way. Full bleeds to Demonic. Perfect opportunity. Massive bite. Is this enough? Cheat death. Get a shot to follow. Oh, vanish. Is it enough though? Got himself the smallest shield ever. Trying to see if he can make a play off of this one. Cheap shot. Eviscerate. Oh, what is that health? What is that healing you got at the end, by the way? Oh my goodness, turned it around. Wow, these rogues. Well done. Dude, these rogues. Oh my goodness, that was close. You have to at some point just clutch it, right? No cooldowns. You just gotta rush it. You just gotta do what you can. You know what I mean? My goodness, let's get us another one going.